Behind me is another Jaguar. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I'm going to go ahead and make a video on getting the rear bumper off this car, since I noticed that there's not a lot out there on how these bumpers actually come off on these Jaguars. And then I'm going to start on the repair, so that way we'll actually get the repair in this video as well. So it's going to be kind of a dual purpose video. So let's dive right in. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this piece off right here. That goes over the latch cover, and that allows us to get access to the side panels here. So we're going to get it loose, get it out of the way. Then we can pop this up and start working this loose in here to get to the tail lights. Oh my God. Weather strip looks like it's got to come off as well. All right, so once we get that off and we're clear, here's the tricky part. So now you're going to look down underneath of this right here, and you're going to find a little tab that opens up. Now I'm going to take my light off and I'm going to shine it up in there so you can see what I'm talking about. There is a little screw that's attached to the tail light, and then you've got a tab you got to push down, and the tail light slides out. So that is kind of the little hidden spot on these Jaguars. So let's get that out, and then we'll start the bumper removal. All right, now once I push the little tab, this will slide right out, and then I can push the tab right there. And they're always stuck on these taillights. I'm not sure why. There it is. And their tail lights out. That's all literally that holds that in, is this little tab and that little screw. What I like to do, take it out, put the screw back in it, and then put it back in somewhere it's not going to get damaged. All right, and if you can see, now when I'm taking this little tab out, as you can see, it literally hooks on behind here, and then there's a hole that goes underneath the bolt. And that's the reason I like to pull this up just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. There is some tape up here, and there's a little piece of tape right here that's a double-sided tape that kind of holds into position. But I like to get this out of the way, so that way I'm not trying to flex my plastic parts, and it could do damage to this or your clip. And these are hard to find unless you get them through Jaguar. So remember that if you're ever removing these bumpers. Now on this side, you've got to take this flap down, reach up in here, and you can feel the little screw tab to take the headlight or tail light out. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm just unscrewing it. All right, set that out of the way. And then I'll find the tab, which is right there next to it, and give it a little push, and your tail light's out. Same procedure as the other side. Push, squeeze the tab, push just a little bit, and pull out. And that one actually came out fairly easy compared to the other side because it was a bit stuck. So, all right, there's those two out of the way. There's that. Now we've got this exposed. All right, there's a tab for that one. We'll set it back here. All right, now it's just a matter of taking the bolt out here. I think there might be another bolt up in the splash shield that we got to take out, but then the bumper. All right, we'll take this screw out. Set it back here for safekeeping, same as this one here. Now, yeah, if you're wondering, yes, I'm using my old Craftsman. Literally, I could use a Milwaukee, but the Milwaukee has a tendency to strip these and break stuff because it's a little bit too powerful. And I use this because it's not that strong. Now, if I'm working on something that, I want a little impact, I'll grab them and walk in. I'll zip it right on off there. But for this tedious stuff, yes, I'm using this, which is probably one of the cheaper tools that I have, but it works. So just case in point, if you guys want to know that, like I said, it does not take much torque to get these loose. That's the reason I'm telling you this, is because all right, we've got this thing up in the air, so now I'll show you the little fasteners down here. As if you look, some bolts, 2 bolts, they're on the bottom. That's got to come out. Same procedure is we'll just take them out with that. And all right, so we've got these 2 right here. That should be loose. All right, we've got this thing down to size. Now, I'm gonna take these screws and I'm gonna put them back here with the rest of them. Okay, go. Now, that one's loose. All right, that's got it started on this side. We're gonna do the same thing on this side over here. That's loose, it's all busted. Once we set it back here. All right, like I said, we'll be learning this together. I did find another fastener, so I want you to know there are actually 2 fasteners on this side and the other side. You've got one that you already saw that I took out here, and you've got another one down here that you got to take out. It's kind of behind it. So you look for that little lump and it's right there. Just peel it back once you get this one out, and you can find it before you ever attempt to take the bumper off, because it will get hung up on you. So now you kind of have an idea, All right, so I've got the PDR rod out. I know I'm not going to be able to get all the dent out of it, but at least I can get some of this out down here, and then I can do the refinish on it. And it's about the best chance I have to actually be able to get the dent out. And I'll tell you why, because what happened is, looks like this got caught on something, so it stretched the metal here, causing a little puck dent here, and then something had a little strike there. So that's kind of one of the worst case scenarios we could have. So it's going to be a task to get this dent out, actually. So all right, let's go ahead and see if I can get this to pull. Yeah, it started to pull a lot of it out right there. So we're going to continue on down that strip. I'll get most of it out. What I'm more concerned about is where the metal is kind of stretched, where it was pulled out here. So I'm going to try to pull this back out and then push this lip back in, and then I can refinish it after I'm done. So on to the next tab and we'll see if it works. So now what I'm doing, if you notice, this lip is flexing back at the same time I am pulling. And what this does, this relieves stress right here to try to straighten this lip back up where this lip was stretched out. So, and so far it looks like it's actually working. I need to tighten this up just a little bit more. And once it pops, I think we're going to be in good shape. It went all the way under the car. But yeah, I think that made all the difference in the world right there. All right, so I have most of this out where I want it. Obviously there's some places in the paint that I can't get out. And this crease looks like it went through the paint here. So yeah, I could probably get it, but it's got a crack here. and on this lip it's got some places. So I'll end up refinishing this area here, so I'll prime it from about this point down and sand it and get it all finished out. So I think right here, like I said, there's a little low spot. I may have to put a little bit of filler over that, but nothing, you know, insanely overpowered by no means, because that's why I use that. Okay, so I have got this all worked out. Like I said, there's not much filler in it, but you know, there is maybe a 1/16 of an inch here, and you know, maybe a 1/16 of an inch there. It's just, like I said, there's not much filler, but there wasn't a lot I could do in order to get it out. The paint was already broken, so I figured, hey, you know what, let's make it really, really smooth, and then we'll refinish it. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now, is spray some primer on it, and we should be golden. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I've got this panel prepped and ready for some color. So now we're going to go ahead and spray some color on this thing, get our clear on it, and then I'm going to sand this little break edge here down with the clear, and it will disappear. So over there's a bumper. We'll go ahead. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So here's the end result. I don't even think you can tell that it ever had so much as a scratch on it. So that's what we were looking for. Now we're going to go ahead and bolt this piece back on, which holds your bumper. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to put the rear bumper back on, and this thing is done. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so I have already replaced the impact bar, in case you're wondering. But if you ever have to replace one of these, it's really simple. You've got 4 bolts on each side, and this piece just lifts right off, because the old impact bar, it's over here. I'll show you it real quick. The old one with a little bit of damage here on this end, so get rid of it. That way the car is completely... Okay, and the last thing is a brand new tail light, since the other one had a crack in it. So let's go ahead and get this installed, and this project is almost done. Okay, well, the repair's done. Now it's time to check out the finished product, and I think you're going to like this. So if you remember, we had some places here, black spot, cracked tail light. There was a gaping hole right here. I'll zoom in so you can see here. There was a gaping hole right there. There were some dents and dings right here, all smashed. And now, well, honestly, I can't ever tell anything ever happened to it. So that's what we're looking for. So if you want to see more repairs like this, you want to see more of what we do here on the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. And for now, thanks for watching.